Hello, and welcome back to Daily English Listening. I'm Emma.
And I'm Liam. Emma, I have a question. Do you remember how we used to learn English before AI? Textbooks, CDs, maybe a language partner once a week?
Oh, yes. I remember waiting days for a teacher to correct my homework, or feeling too shy to speak because I didn't want to make mistakes in front of someone.
Exactly. But everything has changed. In 2026, we have something incredible, artificial intelligence that can be our personal English coach, available 24/7 with zero judgment.
That's right. Today's episode is all about how to use AI, especially ChatGPT, to speak English fluently. No matter if you are a beginner or advanced, AI can help you practice conversations, correct your mistakes, and build your confidence.
We'll cover the best AI tools, the most effective prompts, and real strategies that work in 2026. And the best part, most of these tools are free or very affordable.
So, if you've ever felt stuck, shy, or frustrated with your English progress, this episode is for you.
Let's start with the big question. Why is AI such a game changer for English learners in 2026?
The number one reason is availability. AI is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can practice at 3 a.m. if you want. You can practice on the bus, in your bed, or during your lunch break.
And there's no judgment. Many people are afraid to speak English because they're embarrassed about their accent or their mistakes. With AI, you can make 1,000 mistakes and nobody will laugh at you.
That's huge. In 2026, AI tools like ChatGPT offer instant feedback. You speak, and within seconds, you get corrections and suggestions. This is what experts call a high-frequency feedback loop. You try, you get feedback, you try again, and you improve.
I remember reading a study that said consistent AI practice can improve speaking scores by up to 25% in just a few weeks. That's faster than traditional methods.
And the technology has become incredibly sophisticated. The 2026 versions of ChatGPT have voice mode with less than half a second of delay. It sounds almost human. It remembers your previous conversations. It can switch between languages easily.
So it's not just a robot anymore. It's like having a patient, knowledgeable, always available conversation partner who knows exactly what you need.
Exactly. But here's the key. You need to use it correctly. AI is a tool, not magic. You need to know how to talk to it, how to give it instructions, and how to practice effectively.
So let's get practical. What do our listeners need to get started?
First, you need an AI tool. ChatGPT is the most popular and powerful for conversation practice. It is available as a free version and a plus version. The free version is enough to start.
You can access ChatGPT on your computer through a web browser or download the app on your phone. The phone app has voice input, which is essential for speaking practice.
To use voice mode, you just open the app and click the microphone icon. Then you speak, and ChatGPT listens. It turns your speech into text, processes it, and responds back in a natural voice.
What about other AI tools? Are there more options?
Yes, Google's Gemini is great for vocabulary and grammar exercises. Meta AI works inside WhatsApp for casual practice. And there are specialized tools like Elsa Speak that focus on pronunciation, scoring your speech, and showing you exactly which sounds to improve.
So a good strategy might be to use ChatGPT for conversations, Gemini for vocabulary, and Elsa for pronunciation. Each one has its strength.
Exactly. But for most learners, ChatGPT alone is a fantastic starting point.
Okay, so I have ChatGPT on my phone. What do I do next? How do I actually practice?
The most important step is setting up the conversation correctly. Before you start practicing, you need to tell ChatGPT what you want. This is called a prompt.
So I should say something like, I want to practice speaking English. I am at an intermediate level. Please correct my grammar and vocabulary.
That's a good start, but you can be much more specific. Experts recommend telling ChatGPT your English level from A1 to C1, your biggest challenges, and exactly what you want to focus on: grammar, vocabulary, fluency, or pronunciation.
The more specific I am, the better the results.
Yes, in 2026, AI has advanced memory. It remembers what you talked about weeks ago. So if you struggled with past tense in one conversation, it can bring it up again later to help you practice.
That's amazing. It's like having a teacher who remembers everything about you.
Now, let's talk about the most powerful way to use AI, simulating real conversations. You can ask ChatGPT to act like anyone in any situation. Give me an example. You can say, act like a waiter at an Italian restaurant. I am a customer. Start the conversation by asking me what I would like to order. Correct my English as we speak.
That's brilliant. I can practice ordering food without the pressure of a real waiter waiting for me.
Exactly. You can simulate job interviews, hotel check-ins, doctor's appointments, business meetings, or even casual conversations with friends. Whatever situation makes you nervous, you can practice it first with AI.
There's a prompt I really like from a language expert. It goes, let's role play. You are a tough but fair senior manager at a global firm. I am an employee asking for a 20% raise. Start the meeting by asking me why I believe I deserve this increase. Challenge my points, and at the end, tell me if I was persuasive enough.
That's a high-pressure situation, perfect for advanced learners who need to prepare for real business conversations.
And for beginners, you can start with something much simpler. Act like a librarian. Ask me if I have a library card. Ask me what books I like to read. Use simple English.
The beauty is that you control the difficulty. You can ask ChatGPT to adjust its language to your level. You can even ask it to speak slower or use simpler words.
And if you don't know what to practice, you can ask ChatGPT to give you random topics. Something like, give me a random topic for speaking practice, and then you talk about that topic for 1 minute.
That's great for building fluency. The goal is to keep talking even if you make mistakes. Fluency comes from practice, not perfection.
One thing many learners worry about is repeating the same mistakes over and over. How does ChatGPT help with that?
You can specifically ask ChatGPT to correct you. For example, please ask me questions about my daily routine. After each answer, correct my grammar mistakes and suggest better vocabulary.
So instead of just having a conversation, I'm also getting a grammar lesson at the same time.
Yes, there's a great prompt that goes, ask me one question in English about my weekend. After I answer, identify my top 3 weaknesses: grammar, word choice, and fluency. Don't be polite, be honest.
Don't be polite, be honest. I like that. AI has no feelings, so it can give you the real feedback you need to improve.
Exactly. For writing practice, you can ask ChatGPT to review your emails or messages. Correct this paragraph and explain why you made each change.
That's better than just getting a corrected version. If ChatGPT explains the why, you actually learn the rule and can apply it next time.
Precisely. You can also focus on specific grammar points. For example, please ask me questions that allow me to practice using should have and shouldn't have in my responses. Give me feedback after each answer.
So if I always confuse I have went and I have gone, I can just ask ChatGPT to drill me on that exact structure.
Yes, it's like having a personal tutor who creates customized exercises just for you. And you can do as many repetitions as you want until the grammar becomes automatic.
That repetition is key. Experts say that when you use the same grammatical structure again and again, it becomes habitual. You stop thinking about the rules and just speak naturally.
And that's the definition of fluency, when your mouth knows what to say without your brain working so hard.
What about pronunciation? Can ChatGPT help with how words sound?
Yes, with some limitations. ChatGPT's voice mode sounds very natural. You can listen to how it pronounces words and try to imitate it.
That's called shadowing, right? Listening and repeating at the same time?
Exactly. You can ask ChatGPT, write a 5-sentence paragraph about a science topic. Then mark the words that should be stressed and show me where to pause. I will read it back. Tell me if I sound natural or flat.
That's advanced. Most learners don't think about stress and rhythm, they focus on individual sounds. But English is a stress-timed language. Some syllables are longer and some are shorter.
Right. If you give every syllable equal weight, you sound robotic. ChatGPT can actually analyze the rhythm of your speech and give you feedback.
There are also specialized pronunciation apps like Elsa Speak that are even better for this. They break your speech down to the phoneme level, the smallest sound units, and score your clarity.
My advice is to use ChatGPT for conversation and general pronunciation. But if you have specific sound problems like the th sound or the difference between live and leave, a dedicated pronunciation app might help more.
Good tip. Use the right tool for the job.
Now, let's talk about advanced strategies for learners who want to reach a high level of fluency, B2, C1, or even C2.
I'm listening. What's the secret?
The secret is making AI work like a Socratic tutor. That means the AI doesn't give you answers, it asks you questions that force you to think and speak at a high level.
What does that prompt look like?
I want to practice my English speaking. Act as a Socratic tutor. Your goal is to keep me talking by asking thought-provoking questions about the future of work. Do not give me answers. If I use simple vocabulary, suggest one level-up word. If I make a grammar mistake, finish my thought first, then correct me.
Wow, so you can't just say yes or no. You have to construct full, thoughtful sentences.
Exactly. This builds advanced fluency. You learn to use words like however, consequently, and in contrast, the connectors that make you sound sophisticated.
What about vocabulary? How can ChatGPT help me stop repeating the same basic words?
You can ask it to challenge you. For example, in our conversation, if I use a basic word like good or bad, interrupt me and suggest a more advanced synonym. Then ask me to repeat my sentence using the new word.
That's active vocabulary building, not just learning words from a list, but actually using them in sentences.
Yes, studies show that active output, speaking and writing, is much more effective for long-term memory than passive input, like reading or listening.
So AI forces you to produce language, not just consume it.
Exactly. And because there's no judgment and no time pressure, you can make mistakes freely and learn from them.
We've talked a lot about what AI can do, but what can't it do? What are the limitations?
That's an important question. AI is not human. It doesn't have real emotions or real-life experience. It can simulate a conversation, but it's not the same as talking to a real person.
So I shouldn't replace all human interaction with AI.
No. The best approach is blended learning. Use AI for daily practice, for drilling grammar, for building confidence, but also try to speak with real people when you can.
What about accent? English is spoken differently in the US, the UK, Australia, India. Can AI handle that?
Yes, most AI tools now offer multiple accents. You can ask ChatGPT to speak with a British accent or an American accent. But be aware that the AI might still sound a bit neutral, not exactly like a native from a specific region.
Another limitation I've noticed is that AI is very polite. In real life, conversations are messy. People interrupt, talk over each other, change topics randomly.
That's true. You can ask AI to be less polite. You can say, in this role play, interrupt me occasionally to test my ability to respond under pressure. But still, it's not exactly the same as a real, unpredictable human.
So the final advice is use AI as your daily practice partner, but don't be afraid to eventually go out and speak with real people.
Exactly. Think of AI as a bridge. It takes you from shy and stuck to confident and ready. Then you can take that confidence into real conversations. Now, question of the day. Write your answer in the comments.
Have you ever used ChatGPT or another AI tool to practice English? What was your experience?
For example, yes, I used ChatGPT to practice job interviews. It helped me feel much more confident.
Or, I haven't tried it yet, but after this episode, I'm going to download the app today.
Or, I tried it once, but I didn't know how to give good prompts. This episode taught me what to say.
We read every comment. Your stories help other learners try new methods.
If this episode helped you understand how to use AI for English practice, please give it a thumbs up. It helps others discover these powerful tools.
And subscribe to Daily English Listening because every week we help you learn English for the real world with the latest methods.
Remember, AI is not here to replace your effort. It's here to amplify it. You still have to practice, but now you have a patient, available, judgment-free partner.
So go ahead, open ChatGPT, turn on voice mode, say, I want to practice English. Let's talk about my day.
And then just start speaking. Make mistakes. Get corrected. Try again. That's how fluency happens.
Thank you for being here today. Keep learning, keep speaking, keep growing.
Bye, everyone.
Bye for now.